Let's learn some more about those double stops, tenths and sevenths. This time we're going to do it in a jazz setting. Let's look at some chord changes here, typical jazz chord changes, and then we'll play them. In the key of C, and here's my 10th, the 2 chord is D minor. The 5 chord is G7. The 1 chord is C major. Then how about the 6 chord? Now if it were truly diatonic, it would be A minor, but in jazz, often we use those blues sounds. So here's the chord changes. 2, 5, to the 1, to the 6. That leads right back to the 2. Cool. Let's do it one more time with just the bass notes. I'll play it in a different spot for you. 5, 1, 6 chord. Excellent. Now let's look at those added notes, the double stops. Gives it some flavor. If you play our D minor, on this string here is an F, and that's the 10th, the minor 10th. The 7th would be there. 10th, G7. Root, and here's the 7th of G7. So we've held that common tone between the D minor, going to the G7, and the little voice leading, lead back to C major. Now to A7 with that 10th. Now, if we learn how to invert, or rather, we learn both versions, meaning here's the 10th, here's the 7th, here's the 10th, here of C is the 7th, we start to create a whole bunch of voice leading. We do things like this. Watch it. I'll play a little bit and I'll talk it. See that upper note? Watch this one. So what we're doing is we're using the little harmony note, the 10th or the 7th, and we're creating sort of a little leading melodic line, a guide tone line, if you will, with my harmonized note here. Let me play that again, and then I'll add a solo over it so you can hear what it sounds like. Just a touch faster. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you see how I've done some little half-step approaches too? Makes it sound real cool. So let me summarize again. Key of C major, here's our C major, root and 3rd, which is the 10th. Here's another C, there's with our 7th, the 2 guide tone notes. The 2 chord, D minor with the 10th, D minor with the 7th, G7, G with the 7th, G with the 10th, and then to C. And then I went to A7. A, it's 10th, A, it's 7th. Got the idea?